Scarlet Night is over for me. I'm tapping out. Can't do it. I'm tired. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Out of Office B. I'm Brandy, and if you are new here, thank you so much for coming to check me out. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming to check me out. Either way, please like, subscribe, and share with your peeps. I am going to be dropping lots of gems on this channel regarding being a mom that travels, being a wife that travels, and being a corporate boss that travels. Because believe it or not, you can wear all of those hats and still maintain a travel lifestyle. So today's video is going to be about Scarlet Night. In my last vlog, I said I was going to put together a video, but then once I started going through my content, I was like, okay, this is just all me dancing and people dancing and not really much to give. So I'm actually going to give a review of Scarlet Night and just kind of switch it up. There will be some clips in here just kind of showing what we did for that evening. So if you want to check it out, just keep watching. Let's get into what Scarlet Night actually is. I've had a couple of questions regarding this. People are like, well, what does that mean? Okay, so if you are not new to cruising, you know that on most of the major cruise lines, they have a set night where you do like a formal night or captain's dinner where everyone has their, specific dining time, but you all dress to the nine or casket sharp. Y'all tell I'm country. And so basically, that's all Scarlet Night is, minus the dinner part, because there's no main dining room on any of the lady ships with Virgin Voyages. So if you have reservations at one of the eateries, you would just go to that specific reservation. It's not set up where you would go to the main dining room at a specific time. But anyway, so there is a ton of stuff that happens during Scarlet Night. So for starters, and this is something I probably should have mentioned earlier in one of my vlogs, there's no cruise director on any Virgin Voyages. They have what's called a happenings cast, and they are like your hype men, like they're gonna get the party turned up. So with Scarlet Night, the happenings cast had like a whole little dance routine around the pool, and it was really cool. Like everybody was joining in at the end. You had some people jumping in the pool, a little weird, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna step back here because I don't want to get wet. But it was a different experience. And let me tell you, I'm gonna preface this by saying, don't think that I did not have fun, because I had a lot of fun. I was dancing my little heart out. Of course, my sangria was flowing. And I mentioned before in my earlier vlogs, I had met 5 women that I was hanging out with on the ship. I'm still friends with them. Isn't that crazy? We talk all the time now. But so we kind of all hung out during Scarlet Night. So I had fun. But what I'm saying it's weird is because it was just a lot going on. So to describe Scarlet Night outside of just a giant party with a lot of dancing and music, I don't have the words for it. Like there's nothing I can use to describe except for it was just a giant party with a lot of start off with what the night was about. They really stuck with the red theme, and I love that because red is a color that pops to me. I'm not going to say it's my favorite color, but it is a color that does stand out to me. I actually enjoyed them sticking with the red. Like everything was red, even the hallways. When we first got on the ship, everything was blue, but on Scarlet Night, everything was red. The decor was all red. There was a giant octopus, just to kind of go with the theme of Virgin Voyages. And it was set up really well. I did enjoy the aesthetics of Scarlet Night. Now, this wouldn't be a good review if I didn't say I enjoy not stumbling over children. That's one of the things that I talked about in the earlier vlog, was that the fact that there were no kids on this sailing, as much as I love my children, it was just kind of like a breath of fresh air. So a lot of times on the formal night with other cruises, I have ran into situations where kids were just kind of like in the way, whether it be my kid or somebody else's kid. I'm just like, child, I'm trying to walk through here. It's this diner hall in these hills. I need you to move. And so I didn't have to run into that. So that was a plus for me. Another plus for not having my kids there was because I could let my hair down. It was a lot of um, dancing, and I was able to get in the groove of all of that. And I enjoyed it because I did not have to worry about where's this kid, where's that kid. Like it was just I felt free. Another thing that I enjoyed about Scarlet Night was there was no set requirement on the attire. So with other cruise lines, on a formal night, they have rules, which most of them bend anyways, but that's neither here nor there. But they do have dress code rules, like you can't go into the MDR with like ripped up clothes on and stuff like that because, excuse me, it's supposed to be a formal night. There was no set rules with the attire. You actually did not even have to wear red. I saw a lady there; she had on like all white with just accent red shoes and jewelry. I saw a guy there in a Chicago Bulls jersey. Like there was no set strictness in place. You could come as you are, and they just wanted everybody to party and have a good time. Another thing that I took comfort in with Scarlet Night was that it was on deck 16, which is where the pool is at, and it was not crowded. Um, Actually, I'm going to take that back. It was on deck 16 and 17 because there were people above us kind of looking over, but it was not crowded at all. Like, but everybody was there, if that makes sense. So the party was vibing, but we weren't like cramped together like you would be in like a smaller nightclub or a bar. They had servers coming around taking drink orders. In addition to that, you could go to the bars. There were several bars in the area that you could go to and just get your own drink. It was totally up to you how you wanted to do it. We were kind of off in the cut. But again, it wasn't crowded where people were bumping into us or even having to share space with people where we were sitting because it was just that open. Now, there was only one issue I actually had with Scarlet Night, and that was the music. um, it was very, very, very techno driven. There was sprinkles of hip hop in there, sprinkles of old school in there, but for the most part, you got that type music, which if that's your thing, here for it. But that wasn't my thing. Like I can listen to some of it, but then after a while, I'm kind of like, okay, let's switch it up. So there wasn't a large variety of music being played. I get it. That type of music, house music, stuff like that, it does get the party going. It does get the people on the dance floor, but it's not geared towards everyone. And I think that that's where Virgin can make some changes just to make sure that the music is evenly across the board or even across the board for everyone that's there. Um, if I can give some advice on Scarlet Night to my sisters, I'm gonna say ladies in general, make sure your shoes are comfortable. And if you decide to wear a Spanx, make sure you can get back to your room to take it off because that was what my mess was for that evening. So I decided I wanted to wear these new shoes that my sister gave me, and they had not been broken in, and I was struggling. So I am all dolled up for Scarlet Night. Pictures to come because I need to race downstairs to dinner. And I don't know how I'm about to do that wearing these shoes. So we're gonna figure it out. But yeah. Went downstairs, I took some cute pictures, but I did take my slides with me. I am gonna say that I was smart. I did take some slides with me. Took some cute pictures. And then when we got to the galley, I just wanted the sushi that was in the bento box area. And then all of a sudden I was bloated and my Spanx was like restricting my access to air. So I end up having to go back to the room to take it off. But then it was just kind of like, yeah, girl, we could tell you got 4 kids in my dress. I didn't care at that point. I was just like, I'm just gonna vibe out. But like I said, just if you trying to look, make sure you get your pictures and stuff in before the night really gets started. Because if you have to remove certain items of clothing, so once the actual Scarlet Night event on deck 16 at the pool was over, everybody started heading over to the Manor. The Manor is the nightclub that is on the ship, and the one with the sparkly hallway. So if you ever see pictures of people in their red and they have like they're walking down this hallway and it's just like sparkling like glass all around or mirrors all around, that's the entrance to the Manor. And I went and I took my pictures. I stepped into the Manor. There was nobody on the dance floor. He was playing some good old school hip hop, but it was not enough for me to stay. At that point, I was tired. So I ended up going back to, actually, I stopped for pizza first and then I went back to my room to go to bed. But overall, I had a really good time at Scarlet Night. I will say, as a bit of advice as well, that when you go to Scarlet Night, just keep an open mind because of the music. I'm really hoping that they start to, incorporate more genres so that way it's enjoyable for everyone, because there was a lot of people just kind of standing around because they aren't into like the techno house music vibe, and it's completely understandable. So I'm really hoping they start to incorporate a little more in their in the a little more genres in their set list that they play. But again, outside of that, I had a wonderful time. And if you're looking to do a sailing, like I said, just make sure you go into Scarlet Night with the open mind. Make sure you get all your pictures at the beginning before you start tapping out like me. Tapping out by removing your shoes and your Spanx. And oh my God, I can't believe I did that. But I really hope that if you do go on a sailing that you enjoy yourself at Scarlet Night, because it was really fun. It was really a whole vibe. I actually can't wait to do it again. We are going on another cruise in February of next year. I have set up a group cruise, a Galentine Day cruise. If anyone is interested in that, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link below. In the description box, but you can always message or like comment on the video and let me know you're interested as well. And then back in April for my husband's birthday, I'm actually trying to send him on a solo sailing this year. I don't know if he's gonna go for it though, but we're gonna try. But if not, that'll be his first virgin sailing, so I'm excited to experience that with him as well. Because this one being my first time, I know it was fun, so I know he's gonna have a good time. And he actually enjoys house music, so I think Scarlet Night is gonna be right up his alley. But outside of that, yeah, that is a wrap for Scarlet Night. And how I feel about it. Like I said, I don't have anything really negative to say except for the music wasn't my vibe. But there was ways around that. I still had a good time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be dropping my day 3 vlog very soon, and make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way you will be notified when I do drop that video. But outside of that, talk to you guys later.